All right. So let's start off with the Raiders-Texans, the first game of the four. Interesting matchup because we're not really sure who's going to be starting at quarterback for either team.
Yeah, that's definitely an X factor that's out there in the open, right?
Yeah, and that's where I'm going to go with mine.
Okay.
It's the experience or lack thereof, because in so many situations here, so many key players, there's not a lot of guys who have had that playoff experience, and especially at the most important position. Any two of four guys could be quarterbacking in this game, right? And who knows? We might see a combo. We might see all four at some point. But it's McGloin and Connor Cook for the Oakland Raiders. Mm-hmm. We're still not sure who's going to get the call there. And what about Osweiler or Tom Savage for the Texans? We're not sure who's going to get the start there. So it's really bizarre. So it's kind of hard to pick too much about this team, about this game. And I mean, if you're having to put your life savings, if you want to put your life savings on this game, I'd say please look for another game. There are 3 other games this weekend, right? Stay away from this game.
Save your money. Right. My X factor comes on the defensive side because when I was looking at the quarterbacks matchup, I figured, well, if both quarterbacks are inexperienced, then it's going to come down to the defense that's able to exploit that the best.
Okay.
And on the Raiders side, you have Khalil Mack, but when I was reading more into what Khalil Mack's situation is right now, he is like emotionally broken because of Derek Carr. I mean, he's obviously going to play well and he's a great player, but just all of the articles are about how upset he was that his starting quarterback went down. So I understand he's going to have a great game regardless, but I think there is an X factor on the Texans side of the defense that will play more into this game, and that's Jadeveon Clowney. Now, with J.J. Watt out, and the fact that he is a defensive end now and has had a monster season, I mean, first of all, he missed 2 games in the regular season. He finished with 6 sacks, 52 tackles, including 40 of those that were unassisted, and 17 hits on the quarterback. He is going to be a huge factor in this game. He probably has whatever Raiders quarterback he could find pinned up on his bulletin board for material saying, listen, I wasn't able to play in last year's wild card game because he had that foot injury. I now have a chance to be able to be a factor, an X factor in the playoffs. This is going to be my chance to take
I'll
advantage.
believe it when I see it, honestly, as far as Clowney is concerned, because here's the issue, I think, for him. He's going up against arguably the best offensive line in the National Football League.
And that's why he'll be the X factor. If he's able to get it done, that will be a huge boost for that Texans defense. If he's not?
I don't know. I have a feeling, as far as that matchup is concerned, I would go with the offensive line because they know whoever's back there is not going to be 100%, and they've got to, especially if it's Connor Cook, not that he's not going to be 100% healthy, but he's not going to be comfortable back there in a playoff game, basically making his first start in the NFL in a playoff game. I know that the offensive line is going to do everything they can and maybe even keep some guys back to chip as well as help in protection. So
I mean, that O-line is definitely one of the best in football, but don't underestimate that defensive line that is salivating the fact that there could be a rookie quarterback back there.
That's true. I'm sure about that.